So how about Haason Reddick going with a 5-sack day? That doesn't happen too often. He was really good. The Cardinals were really good, and I want to talk about what went right for them. Well, this certainly was a breakout game for Reddick, of course. It's not like he's getting 5 sacks every game. He was actually really good in this all season for them, really. He's been a solid piece. Again, this was definitely him having a step above and beyond. But let's just talk about what he was able to do right. So we'll start off with this one. One of the things you're going to notice is that Daniel Jones at the line, he's going to tell his center, hey, look out for 58. Block him because he might be blitzing. So if he is blitzing, make sure you're prepared to block him. And so then the way that the play is going to end up working after, the center blocks 58, or is at least looking to block 58, typically you would expect the guard to block 94, who's going to just run to the guard's right side of his body, which is to our left side of the screen. And then they can simply just have Reddick run in between them and try and get through and get the Daniel Jones for a sack. There's hopefully going to be no one in the middle of the area, and he can run through. This is called a stunt or a twist. It can work out very well, but what's really going to be key here is how quickly Reddick is going to run. Watch his speed, and he's able to get through that gap so quickly and creates immediate pressure for Daniel Jones. That wasn't even one of his sacks, but that's just what he was able to do. Stunts were really successful for Arizona in this game. Reddick's speed was a huge way he was able to get so many pressures and so many sacks against this New York Giants team. He was able to use speed to his advantage in a really key way. Like, take a look at this one. So he's going to be going up one-on-one against left tackle Andrew Thomas, and watch what he's going to do. So he first runs in, and essentially on this play, what his goal here is to get his right hand and basically put it on Andrew Thomas's left side of his body. That's what he's trying to accomplish on this play. He wants to do that and then just get to the side of Thomas and run forward. It's a swipe move. Just swipe Thomas's hands out of the way and run in that direction. It's relatively basic and pretty simple, but it can be very effective, especially when you're a fast guy like Reddick is. He knocks Thomas's hands aside and just gets to, that was Colt McCoy on that play immediately. So speed was a real benefit to his game, and he was able to beat both tackles with using speed. This next one's an interesting one. He's going up against Matt Pert, who is actually a backup tackle, but he's in the game. He played 11 snaps in this one. He's played about a decent amount of snaps, actually, but he's never had more than 24 in a single game. So he's came in a decent amount, but he's definitely not a starter, but he's also not someone who is unused to playing in the NFL. He's gotten a decent amount of snaps this year, but he's going up one-on-one against Reddick on this one. What Reddick is going to try and do on this play is really, it's all about Pert's right hand. And so what he wants to do is he wants to see if he can grab that right hand or the wrist. Wrist is really the ideal way to grab it and sort of just push it out of the way, because if 74 can't get his right hand on Reddick on this play, he's going to have a very short play because Reddick will probably get to Jones very quickly. And so watch how Reddick really quickly just crashes right into his assigned man, gets his left arm on that right wrist. Because at this point, yes, laterally, there's not really a lot of room for him to go, but the advantage is that he has the hand placement he wants, and he knows that if he has the hand placement, he's fine. He uses that left hand, puts his right hand over his assigned man, and eventually gets Daniel Jones to fumble the football. Classic Daniel Jones. But just a really good play from him once again. That's just good technique more than anything. This one's another example of him really just doing exactly that, where it's going to be a different way about how he's doing it, but it's all about just attacking the outside arm for Reddick, because he likes to use his speed. He's a fast guy, so he wants to use his speed to his advantage to get to the outside, but in order to do that, you have to really attack the outside arm, because if you don't, it's going to be really difficult to use your speed, and you'll probably just get blocked out of the way or blocked behind the quarterback, both of which aren't necessarily good options. He's going up one-on-one against Thomas on this play, and again, he's going to try and attack that outside arm, this time with a different way. He's basically just going to get his left arm and just sort of swipe down, so similar but different, but it's still the same idea. He's trying to get away from that outside arm. And as you see, once he does that, Thomas tries to push him behind Jones, but it's just not going to work because Reddick is too fast, and he is a strong guy as well. But really, once you get rid of that outside arm, it's just going to be so much more difficult for Thomas to be able to win that battle. And what I like about what Reddick was able to do is he just knows his own advantages. He knows his own strengths, and he played to his strengths more so than just, if you're a fast guy, use that to your advantage. That being said, he was able to use some other techniques. He was able to use strength to his advantage on one of his sacks. This is going to be, he's going up against the right tackle. This time it's your starting right tackle, though. This is Cameron Fleming, who's gotten a majority of snaps at right tackle. He's 75 for the Giants. He's going up to one-on-one block Reddick on this one, and much like many of the plays I've shown before, it's not going to work out too well. Once this play starts, Reddick gets to the inside pretty well here. Again, you're expecting him to go to the outside. That's what he was doing for the majority of the game. This time he breaks to the inside a little bit, and Fleming doesn't exactly have the great feet placement that he wants right here. You notice how he's a little bit too far to the outside because that's where he was expecting Reddick to go. So at this point, when he tries to get closer to the inside, really what you're going to want to do here if you're a tackle is sort of lose ground to gain ground in this situation. Take a step back, but get the feet placement that you want, so that way you're not going to just get completely driven back the whole play. But when he does that to get his feet square, Reddick eventually is able to reach out and get the sack on that one. So again, it's just that quick first step is really what did it, but he had the strength to pull it off at the end there as well. Just a really good play, a really good game. Listen, he had 5 sacks. You don't get 5 sacks by playing a decent game. You get 5 sacks by having a great game. Part of it was, yes, it's the Giants, but at the same time, it's still not easy to get 5 sacks regardless. I think the question is going to become to some degree, well, how good is he really? Was this just a sort of a fluky game? We have seen just random guys have a game or two where they get a bunch of sacks, but then never really are able to do much after that. But I don't know. I think that this is, obviously to some degree it's fluky. It's not like he's a guy who's going to be doing this too often, but he's had other good games as well. So he's certainly I think he has talent. This is his 4th season. He's never been a big sack guy in his career, but hey, perhaps this could be a confidence booster, and he could end up, becoming a consistent 10-sack guy for the Arizona Cardinals. But even if not, I think that he's at least a very valuable asset, and he's probably having his best season this year, I think. And it helps when you add a 5-sack performance to that. Definitely makes those numbers look better. So, yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know what you thought of his performance. Kind of a fun thing for him, sort of an unlikely hero coming out of that one. But yeah, fun game, fun performance. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.